Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to our beautiful game of Counter-Strike. And today we have Maestro versus XPERION NXT. ESEA League, Season 53, as always, advanced, everything pretty standard out here, as well as, I think I am already pretty standard as well. It's me, Igvik, once again, with you. So, let's go, come on, let's start the game. As we can see, it is happening on Train, and speaking of Train and how do we like it, a lot or not, I mean, this is a pretty good map for us, definitely. We know how to play it, and we know how to play it well, but it usually depends on which side we're playing. Sometimes we're playing better as a CT, sometimes we're playing better as a T, and it nearly always, it's something of a, a bit of a comeback, something like this, type of style. But right now, since I already mentioned it yesterday, if you remember, if you watched, we are on the demon streak, and we're not losing. Like, we are here to win. And, XPERION NXT, good luck to you, because we are ready to get our victory. We're starting off as a CT, which is pretty good news for us, because this map is CT-sided, and I believe we, kinda still slightly play CT better than T, but sometimes it is just completely different. So, let's start our game. As we can see, Sheezy already opens up with a first skill. Something more might be happening, but okay, notice gets actually 2-7K as well with one. Leave might be spotting the kill, and yes, indeed, he gets it. Tricky is dead. Jensen is the last one that is still alive. Here comes the Pop Flash, and Drow Ranger finishes the job. Sorry if I'll be making like this kind of sound. It's because I'm kind of a little bit sick. Like I don't feel bad. It's just the nasal flu and everything is kind of making me cough even sometimes. So sorry in advance. Come on. Let's go. First round was already won. Once again, we're kind of breaking the stereotype of ourselves being the team that is losing every single pistol round, and now we're winning every single one of them. I like it quite a bit. Cheesy, waiting for anyone to show a pretty interesting strat, sitting in the corner with a Zeus. $200 spend, but, that might be a very, very good of a spend, because if someone pushes and someone dies, that's an instantaneous kill. You're not really risking anything, despite you need to be in a close range. Someone needs to push, and speaking of the pushes, it seems like right now that might not be happening, and Drow Ranger already gets a kill with a pretty nice of an HE. Notice with one more Drow Ranger as well. Once again, Richie with a jump shot. Tricky is dead, and the last T that is still alive is Rizar. Gets pretty nasty of a headshot with a block, but yeah, nothing you can do about it. Notice jump shotting him out of the lobby. A 0-2, and our opponents have a full buy. A lot of AKs, but not a lot of kills, Right now, they only managed to get 2 of them. Sheezy with 1, Jensen with 1 as well, while on our side, everything is looking great. Believe with an M4, Notice still playing MP9, as well as Drow Ranger and Richie, and 7Kick. The interesting part of all of this, he's playing Scout, where usually Believe is the one playing it, but not this time. By the way, Richie's extremely low HP and might be killed in just a couple of seconds, and yes indeed, that seems to be a real truth. Notice Richie is playing old dad as well as Drow Ranger, who was expected, and it seems like AKs are just, slightly bit better than MP9s. 7Kick, the one that we mentioned that was playing with a Scout, should be getting a kill, and yes indeed, beautiful headshot. Pixel is dead. Might be getting some more, but he's just dropping his nades. He doesn't want to give enemies anything. And speaking of giving them a gun, giving them SSG probably isn't that bad of a thing, because nobody will save it. They have their own AKs, and that should be enough for them. A couple of shots were made from the B side, and now 7Kick is aware of the whole positioning of his opponent, but at the same time, he's being pushed from many different positions. There is a guy in connector, there is a guy in CD, there is a guy inside, one more incoming from the little slope, and yeah. Right now, we finally have our full buy. It's kind of interesting of a full buy because, as we can see, Richie's playing with an MP9 as well as Drow Ranger, and yeah, if Drow Ranger, I'm pretty okay with him playing it because it's his signature weapon. I'm mentioning it every single stream for everybody who's watching always. You already know, basically, that this is the weapon that he's most comfortable with, so that's not a problem. Speaking of Richie, I mean, technically, when you're IGLing you're kind of, you know, losing your most, like, the biggest potential of being the top fragger. And I kind of still like the decision. He's, you know, not taking the blame, but playing with what his team most comfortable with. And that's kind of a sacrifice, basically, but for a good cause. Ground Ranger already on 18 HP. That's not a lot, and we need to be careful because he's right now protecting all of the B side. And there are a couple of players who already moved closer to him, one of them being Richie. So that's kind of a double MP9 watch here, which is okay, but at the same time, long-range fights and B-side is basically all of it being long-range fights, unless someone stays super close to the site, but then, utility-wise, a couple of flashes and you can push them and they'll die. GG. 99 HP, that's quite a bit. Is looking for any sort of kill he may find. He's looking for the pushes, which is important because, once again, MP9's close range needs to be cleared. I believe they do have information about Ground Ranger because he already shot, and that's why they're trying to be as like close as possible right now. Rides are expecting someone in a pop dog, but it seems like Ground Ranger finally got his first kill. I mean, in this round, definitely. Tricky then trades it back, and it seems like all of the B side was just taken by terrorists. There is only 10 seconds remaining, and that's not a lot. And still, Tricky gets another kill. Notice is dead. Tricky might be spotting another one. He's inside of the smoke, but Richie gets him instead, and Richie immediately swaps onto the M4. He is being expected. There is a guy literally so close to him. Richie is trying to spray him down, but Fleeve comes for a help and gets the kill instead. There's two more players to find, Rizar being one of them. 7kick is already dead. It's a 2v2, and it seems like Rizar is just in a slightly bit better of a position. Here comes the flashbang, and it seems like this round is already impossible for us. Richie is trying to get a couple of kills, or at least save his AK, or maybe even the AWP, and yeah, possibly AWP, because it's just slightly bit better. But Jensen still got it. He got the round. 2-2. Yeah, right now our situation is not looking that great because our opponents have basically a full buy, and on our side we have Richie, very interesting once again, playing with an AWP. And is it kind of a switch? Is anything happening to Fleeve? Like, he doesn't want to play AWP anymore, or they just want to the AWP player, and Richie is just generally kind of a, you know, rotational B to A to everywhere kind of player? That might be very much possible. But right now, Fleet is watching A. The one who I expected to be playing with an AWP is right now playing with the Deagle, and looking for any sort of kills here in the A main, or even Pop Dog. Checking it very aggressively, but nobody was found. And there is a guy who is kind of far away already. Tricky 999 with an AK-47 on top of heaven, and 1 minute remaining until the round ends. There are a couple of players close to Ivy, which are Jensen and someone else. I think that's an opper. That's Pixel right here with him. By the way, Pixel with a 1-4. Probably not the best game for him right now, but still, his team is getting it. 2-2 is showing us quite a lot. We have Fleeve close to an A main. A lot of map control from our boys, but at the same time, the same situation is happening from the XPERION NXT side. They're doing the exact same strat. They're controlling everything they can, and on the last like 20 seconds, 20 to 30, they're making a push. And that push is usually pretty successful, as we've seen in 2 previous rounds. 20 seconds on the clock, that's not a lot. A lot of players on B, but our guys are on B as well, and Richie 7kick. Richie once again. Ground Ranger is very close and should be getting a couple of kills here, and oh my goodness, somehow we won that round. We've seen them play kinda, you know, like a Blade style Navi type of plays, where you're pushing with 20 seconds remaining and you kind of need to go, otherwise you don't have time to rotate, you don't have anything. That's not bad of a strat, but at the same time, if your enemy team is playing passive, there's nothing you can do about it. They're not pushing, they're not making mistakes that you expect them to do, and that might be, you know, the end of the deal. Ground Ranger smokes off ramp. A couple of flashes and he might be pushed, but right now everything is looking kinda safe. Notice as well with a bit of a rotation. And right now, that might be a reality. They will be the ones who will get a bit of a push once again. B-side seems to be definitely favorite for XPERION and NXT. Though Pixel still wants to, you know, discover something in a pop dog. And nobody's playing here. That's a perfect timing to be here. But I believe he is being watched to Richie inside. And just a couple of seconds needed for the round to finally begin. And something to happen. CZ. But a FAMAS breaks the window. There is information about them. Our boys are aware. Leave with an op already scoped in. And a couple of kills needed. Yes, indeed. Here comes one. 7kick with another one also playing op. And yeah, as we can see, 7kick with another one with an op. Drown Ranger and Richie finishing the job. And it just seems to be a reality right here. The aim god, 7kick, is playing with an op. What's next? Our top fragger will be Drow Ranger, because it seems to be true. He's a 6'2", and Victor is a demon. I don't know how to even describe it. The support player that is top fragging. This is quite insane. Believe, beautiful shot. Oh my goodness. Cheesy. Definitely not happy about all of this. He got shot. He does have a Glock, so yeah, that's basically a full eco for terrorists, and it should be kinda gone. You know, a couple of seconds needed to finish this round, but they probably will just do whatever they were doing previously, which is staying and waiting and just being kind of passive. They also have a bit of a flank watch on the side of a Pixel. By the way, Drown Ranger already gets another kill. That's an HE. Already 2 kills with an HE, and that match was like 2-4 still yet. Possibly a record. Jensen, 79 HP. They're waiting, they're holding. There's 55 seconds, which is quite a bit, but for the rounds with Glocks, it's just looking so boring. When you're waiting and waiting, and Richie is being burned. A bit of a spray down, but spray did not work for him, and that's quite unfortunate. 2 kills just happened, and right now terrorists have AKs, and that might be very, very deadly, because the situation is 2v3, and that's not perfect for us. The bomb is being planted. We already gave them a little bit too much with Richie missing shots, and 7kick gets the shot instead. But yeah, notice from behind saves us, saves the entire round basically, and 2-4 turns into a 2-5. Hopefully it will be gone in just a couple of days, because the next match is like 19th, I believe. So hopefully you'll be watching. Notice M4, A4 enhance, ready for any sort of pushes, and he's hiding behind all of it. I kinda like it because 2 players are completely open to him. There's a 3rd one, and yes indeed, notice it's the guy who's getting them all. Might be getting the last one as well, but no, Pixel with a spray down, a little bit of an AK situation here. Gets noticed, gets another one, Cleave is dead as well, and now in a 1v2 versus 7kick and Drown Ranger. This round doesn't seem very much even, you know, possible for him, but he's still going for it. He's spraying down through the smoke, trying to get something he can, but Drown Ranger is just simply controlling him. All of the exits are gone. The bomb was dropped. 1 minute on the clock. That's quite a lot, but hopefully he'll not go for a super long round play, but I think that would be indeed it. He's going for the pop dog. 50 seconds on the clock. If he wants to, you know, spread this round even more, instead of going for the pop dog, he technically can go connector, and that probably would be expected because, you know, the time will be like 10 to 15 seconds remaining, and yeah, he's quite far away. 30 seconds. Pop dog is in range, but he was expected, but still, Victor didn't manage to find the shot, and 40 HP remaining on Pixel in a 1v1 is quite a lot versus Op on side of 7kick. Here comes the flashbang. He's trying to kind of wallbang a little bit. Interesting wallbang, by the way, never seen it previously, but still, Pixel is taking side, and he wants to go B, but at the same time, he turned around and now planting on A. He did not have enough time to plant on B because bomb plant takes 4 seconds, and, you know, you still need to run. Hiding in connector with 7kick. Should be expecting him there. But I believe that should be indeed it, and yes indeed, 7kick spots him, 90 HP on him. There is a Molotov incoming, the guy is running, and the shot was made. 7kick gets the round. Love the fact that Notice is playing with an AK, because Notice right now is playing 9-3. Previous round he got a triple kill. Drown Ranger as well with a 9-4. That's quite insane, you know. Our guys are pretty much unstoppable. We started the season like the 53rd season of ESEA. Not that great, But look at us now. We're not losing. That's simply a reality. Come on. Our opponents have pretty out of a bye. XPERION and NXT going for a bit of a fast speed push. A lot of damage was dealt to them. And here comes Victor. Victor gets only one of the kills. Tricky though. I mean, he's that Rizar tracing back. Rizar. Leave. Not really burning much, but they should be pushing through the smoke, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. Here comes the shot from Flea, but thankfully Richie and Notice are there to save the day once again, because they are superheroes, and that's what they generally do. Jensen, nothing he can do about this round. He's playing with a Tech 9, bomb is being defused, he's quite far away from sight. Kinda unlucky of a game for you, for sure. Tricky as well with a 3-8. And you know, Rizar and Pixel are definitely trying quite a bit. 6-8 and 6-9, but still, when you just don't have it, when you don't have that level of a team play that we have, you're getting what you're getting. Once again, a bit of a like basic map control kind of play from XPERION. They're trying to do something, and they already got a bit of a over-aggressive Notice that pushed through and tried to get something and do something there. He didn't manage to, but now Richie looking for any sort of free fires. Here comes a molly from him, and it seems like Richie is just going to save the AK that was dropped, because that's generally better of a gun. But no, he's making a play and he's pushing it. Oh my god, I love it. But he's making too much noise, and the guys are already out on B, and that should not be expected by us at all. Yes, indeed, Tricky gets a shot. Brow Ranger is dead. A lot of chaos should be happening right now, and yes, indeed, 7kick feels it better than anyone else here. Cleave. Anything possible to do still. Richie looking for the shot, but Rizar gets it instead, and Cleave is the last man alive. Was kind of a bad situation. 1v5 with an op, that is not looking possible, but he may find one of them that is right now behind the red train. But no, he just switched in the perfect timing to not look at him. And there is a guy in CD that is making a lot of noise and should be shot. Yes, indeed, Fleeve gets one, potentially another one, but will they peek even? Like, will they peek? Probably not. They don't need to, because, yeah, they can get a kill on him. He will lose his op, sure, but we have enough money for the next op. And if they lose their weapons, it's kind of a G's for that. But yeah, still, they're just going for it. They don't care. Cleve potentially will be playing off once again, and that's exactly what he's doing right now. 5-4. Not the best game for him, for sure, because I've seen him carry us. Like, I think it was Ents game when we were playing versus Ents. Cleve had, like, the best KD in the lobby, and that was quite insane. 7kick. Looking for a bit of a spray down. Kind of trying to get a couple of kills in the A main, but nobody was found, and he probably needs to go back. Rizar hiding inside of the smoke. And they are terrorists. Oh my goodness, that's an interesting strat. A double person boost to check if anyone is sitting on top of the red train. Notice. Trying to be kind of passive, but at the same time a bit like, you know, just a basic control of the A main. Anyone would be spotted. But right now, Experienced are once again in their just signature already kind of a strat. They're sitting and waiting, and you know, the time is working for us for sure. But unless they get one of the kills right now here on B, the game is kind of tough for them. You know, 40 seconds, the time is ticking. They need to do something. Notice, controlling all of the A main, but here comes the shot. Drow Ranger is dead. Our B side control is kind of ruined, but here comes Richie. Richie with a double. Beautiful kills from him. Does pick up an an AK-47. And there is another player pushing him currently. There is a lot of sound made by him, but Tricky still gets the shot, and 3v3. Everything is still possible. Here comes the shot from Notice. Notice gets Jensen, but immediately traded back by Pixel, and it is an A push, and Fleet is aware of this. Here comes one of the shots. Second shot should be found in just a couple of seconds. Pixel is making a lot of noise. He's hiding in connector, and he was shot. Not by Fleet, but by 7K. B side is pretty much free with an op, unless, you know, you get with the smokes and they get the plants and they're playing kind of a conservative Counter-Strike. But if your opponents are chally, if they like, you know, being super aggressive, that's the thing you want to do generally. Fleeve already gets one of the shots, but immediately traded back by the enemy sniper. That's quite sad, but at the same time, it's quite alright because we have the second one. 7K gets another one. Jensen is dead. Richie with a beautiful position in the A main. Expecting anyone here, but it seems like nobody will be here because it is a big push. Pixel looking for the shot. He is kind of burning a bit in the Molotov, and here comes an HE. Still, 86 HP is quite a lot, and Rizar joins him. AK-47 in hands. They're trying to push B side. And we have all the info we need. Notice, already scoped in himself, though Drow Ranger, quite an unfortunate play by him. He pushed, over aggression, he died, but Notice is here to, you know, once again, the superhero is here to save us all. Notice is aware of the guy dropping, so there should be info about him, and yeah, pretty easy of a headshot. Rizar is dead, 3-9, indeed it is. By the way, for, I don't remember the nickname, but there was a person who was asking, like the Belgian fan, who was asking about Richie's interview, or like the guide, basically, how to play and whatever. I told it to our managers, and it might happen. I'm not entirely sure. Like, I did my part. Hopefully they will do their part as well. Pixel. Scoped in, looking for Ivy picks. USB, he's going for it. He's pushing through and he gets one, but thankfully was traded back by 7Kick. The aim god is here in the lobby and he's ready to go. There is another one peeking, but Rizar instead gets the shot, and that's quite unfortunate. But we have Drow Ranger kicking Rizar out of the lobby, and that's pretty good. Drow Ranger should be pushing through. Yes, indeed. He's dead. Tricky was the one who killed the Fleeve. But now, in a 1v2, Jensen, he's trying to chase our boys, but our boys are aware of his positioning. He's making a lot of noise, and the bomb is being planted. A couple of shots were made, and he should be dead in just a couple of seconds. But unfortunately, Richie's missing a lot of shots, and Richie, please play it safe. 45 HP, that's, you know, still quite a bit, considering the fact that our opponent is playing with an USP. There is info. Richie just saw him, and there comes the push. Richie trying to be as safe as possible. The push is here, and they're just trying to chase each other, but that's not my favorite play from Richie. I kind of disliked it, I would even say. And by the way, those two shots, they kind of made Jensen's stat a little bit better. He's right now on 4-8, and previously he was on 2-8, so, you know, think about it. 7Kick, once again, going for his favorite position. There comes a pop flash, and, oh, yeah, what a play. He's switching for the nades in such a situation, and I'm not a fan of it. 7Kick, still trying to get the smoke bang. Pretty damn close, you know, the guy with the scout is still there, and ooh, that spray might have connected, but unfortunately it didn't, and now Cheesy might be on the receiving side here. MP9 playing on B side, no money for basically both of the sides, but better gun, but still Cheesy gets one. Notice is dead. Cheesy should be traded back, still not, but finally Richie gets indeed the shot. Tricky trying to run away as fast as he can. Pixel as well is here inside. He gets the shot, but not a head shot. Fleeve gets killed instead. Tricky, that's another headshot straight in his face, but Fleeve didn't manage to do anything with it. And still, a 3v3 with the situation changing slightly bit with a 2v2. Drow Ranger watching for any sort of flanks, and the flank is incoming. Drow Ranger should be getting a shot. Yes, indeed, that's exactly what he just did. And Jensen, last player alive with an M4 A1S, and nothing he can do about it. He's saving his weapon. Those type of rounds are kind of interesting every single time. Yeah, sure. We won the round, so we got more money, plus we planted the bomb, so that's quite alright, but we still lost a lot of our weapons, so technically it's still looking like a bit of a force buy. At the same time, counter-terrorists, they saved an M4, so that's probably why they're doing another force buy right now, with, like, technically, if they lose this one, it's 11-4, next one should be a full eco, so that's a 12-4. And generally, that's not something a lot of people want to do. When your team is on urge of losing, like, round number 12, usually people are doing a full eco. Not this time. And maybe they're expecting, because, okay, Tricky already got the shot, but he immediately 2 trades from Richie and 7kick. Rizar, also pretty damn close, but here comes the smoke, and the spray down is here. He didn't even get damaged himself, but he did quite a bit of damage to 7kick and Fleet. Probably need to go back, and a lot of push happening here. Cheesy as well with an MP9, looking for any sort of interaction with our players, and that might be happening, but Drow Ranger were thankfully expecting, and there is another guy incoming, and Richie is there. Rizar get the shot. Drow Ranger is dead. Richie trying to get the trade, and he indeed just did. There is a third player here, and Richie, are you expecting? Probably not. Jensen gets it instead, but he is still in a 1v2, and I believe bomb should be planted in just a couple of seconds, but no. Our boys are coming back. Oh, the bomb dropped. Drow Ranger did have it, and now Jensen is actually looking not bad. 30 seconds on the clock. The time is ticking, and it's working for Experience. And okay, we spotted him. There is info, and I kind of like it. And double beat should be happening in just a couple of seconds. Thankfully, Jensen didn't manage to get a headshot, but now he did. Cleve is dead. 7kick in a 1v1 versus 25 HP enemy. 14 seconds on the clock, and wow. Thankfully, the god is back in the game. 7kick gets a headshot. MP9s purchased. Technically, they played similar round previously, and they nearly won it. Everything ended up in a 1v1. But they did have an M4, but was that really the part that won them the round? Probably not. They still killed Richie with that M4, so yeah, it might be a thing. Jensen, a lot of flashes in his face. He's hiding behind the box, but the box was checked. Drow Ranger just running through. Oh my god, what is happening? 7kick with another one. There is one more player in the pop dog, and the Pixel is getting another one. Oh my goodness. Somehow it's already a 2v2 and a 1v2. Pixel, what are you doing? What are those headshots? Drow Ranger is dead, and now 7kick. How is this even happening? Every single round, everything is looking similar. We wanted the kills. Drow Ranger started it off with like a 2-kill. He just rushed through, got 2. That was already looking pretty damn good. But we kind of stopped at one point and lost a lot of guns. Bit of a map control happening, and okay, Richie, he's just rushing. He got the kill, he got the AK, he's ready to go for some more, and he got it. Jensen is dead, but Rizar was not checked. There are no players in A main to push, though Drow Ranger got the kill on Cheesy. And now, a 2v4, hopefully, would be pretty good of a 2v4, not like previously. A lot of players botted by Rizar, low amount of bullets, and indeed they just finished because he's dead. 7kick gets a kill. Last player that is still alive with, by the way, an AK-47 is Pixel, playing close to connector and probably should be sensing a bit of a B push right here. He just heard it, so yeah. He's aware of the entire B-side situation. Drow Ranger was here for a long time. He was expecting all of our opponents, and now Pixel is pushing through the pop dog, going up top. And nobody's watching him, and I don't really like it, but okay, yeah, now 7kick is already scoped in, and that should not be a problem. That is looking like round number 12 for us. But still, he's going Heaven, and I think nobody's watching Heaven. There is a guy pretty close, and okay, yeah, he gets a shot. He is dead. Oh my god, another one. Drow Ranger is dead as well. Does he have the kit? Yes, he does. There comes a Molly. He's defusing the bomb, and 7kick, please just kill him. Thankfully, 7kick once again saves the day.
I wanna taste your content, hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell.